Greetings, Earthlings! Welcome to RFF Picks, and tonight, I have a bet for you, a correlated League of Legends bet for you for Tuesday morning. So I'm recording right now, 9 p.m. Central Time in Dallas. I've just returned from my bachelor party from 5 days. So this is the last play that you're looking right here. This is from Thursday's play, and so it was a Friday League of Legends bet. One note I do want to say is me and Miles, my comrade, we were planning on making videos in Vegas, but PrizePicks was unavailable. So me and Miles just kind of looked at each other. We're like, yo, this is the reason why we shouldn't be making YouTube videos. It was going to be too difficult anyway, so we decided against it and not to do it. But we are back. We have returned. And during the trip, actually, I basically broke even through roulette and blackjack, and the whole time I was kind of thinking about the channel. I was talking to Miles about the channel because in blackjack, it's funny, I kind of had that like hit box in my head to where, if the dealer has a 3 and you have the 4, you're supposed to stay, or I don't know if I'm even saying it right, but I kind of I'm very calculated in every single thing that I do, and it kind of makes it difficult to, play card games like that, because all of my friends at the table, they're kind of doing it based off of their gut, and I'm doing it off of math. Like, I know that if I make the correct play, that long term I'm making the best decision. So there are some points that I knew that I was supposed to hit, and I did. And even though, I busted or whatever, me knowing that I made the correct decision was okay in my head, right? So, there's some people over there saying, or at my table being like, oh, Alex, you were wrong. You shouldn't have hit there, blah, blah, blah. You should have stayed. But I know the math. And so it's funny because I feel like I'm a bad time because I'm trying to help my friends do stuff, but they're not listening because they're doing everything based off their gut. They're trying to have fun, but I'm over here trying to make money. And so I was kind of relating that back to the channel. Like when we played roulette, I'm over there kind of just sitting there putting my money on black almost every time, sitting at the table, just getting free drinks, knowing that I'm kind of going to get my money back. I'm going to break even, right? And my friends are out there. My best friend, Eddie, the one who's getting married, he was placing all of his money, like basically $20 at a time, putting it on 23 because that's LeBron's number and that's his favorite athlete. And so, in the end, he probably ended up losing like $500. He was playing a lot of the slot machines. And so that's not exactly what we do here, right? We do correlated betting, we do EV betting. And so I paralleled that same thought process throughout the casinos, right? I didn't play any slots. I don't know craps very well. I'm still trying to learn it. But, in blackjack and in roulette, I was playing the safe thing to do, break even, just try to have fun, sit at the table, drink alcohol. And, it's funny because I'm over there just sitting there thinking in my head, like, what am I supposed to do in blackjack? And then my other friends that are all there, they're doing it all based off of their heart, right? They're doing it off their gut. And so that's exactly not what we do here on this channel. So it's just kind of funny. I was just thinking about the channel a lot of the time because I just have such a different mentality when it comes to gambling, right? So that's kind of why we started this channel. And so enough of my trip. It was a good time. I'm glad to be back into the, swing of things once again. I should be back making daily plays, posting on the Winnable. So let's get into it. So here is the last play that I gave out to y'all on Thursday, so right before I left for Vegas, and this one actually got a 5 out of 6. And so once again, what we do here is correlated esports betting, right? So we paired up two and two players from League of Legends on their esports teams. So G2, they ended up doing very well here. I don't know if they won or not because I wasn't really able to go back and watch the games because I was out of town. But we got what we wanted, right? We got 3 kills. We got 4 kills on Caps. I knew that these two guys were kind of the very, the main players of their team. So I knew they were going to get a lot of kills. And then this is a prime example of how correlated betting works, right? We have 2 players from RNG. Breathe had 4 kills, and he 2.5x'd his kill. And the same thing at the bot laner right here. He had 20 kills. He was at an expected 6. He had 20. So I bet you if you were to go back and look at RNG, I bet every single player had their more, right? And so the advantage here is that we were able to go and pair up 2 guys from the same team. So it's very similar to like Football, right? NFL, we have pairing up a receiver with Kelsey. Pairing up Patrick Mahomes with his number one target, Kelsey. Think about it, right? If you told me that Travis Kelsey had 150 receiving yards, it is very likely that Patrick Mahomes had a ton of passing yards as well. It's likely that Mahomes probably had 350 passing yards with 2 or 3 touchdowns. So this is exactly the same, right? When League of Legends players are eating, the rest of the team will eat. That's how League of Legends works. It's a very snowbally game. So a lot of the times, if one player is hitting their more or less, then the other player on their team is going to go more or less. So we want to take advantage of doing stuff like this as much as we can. Like I said, these are correlated betting. We're pairing up teammates. A lot of the time, you're going to see the 2 guys on the same team going on the green, right? Maybe they're going to go green or maybe they're going to go less. So this was it actually an example of not correlation? It didn't end up being correlated. So what maybe could have happened here is the jungler Canyon. He probably was playing a supportive jungle to where, he's playing like Rel or Sejuani. And then we had the top lane here who he maybe had played like a Jax or a Gnar, and he was able to get a lot of kills. So it's not 100% of the time, but at the end of the day, we know we're getting small victories over PrizePicks. And this is an example to where we're trying to tell a story within our play, right? We're trying to tell a story within our slip here. And there's a lot of people out there that when they're placing bets, they have a WNBA, they have an NBA, they have a NHL, they have an NFL, and the PrizePicks slip doesn't have an advantage to it. It's just you're just placing a bunch of coin flips and praying that you win. But here we're able to pair up teammates together, and like I said, when the teammates do well, or when one person does well, or the whole team will do well. So that's what we're trying to do here in PrizePicks. So that is the last play we did. The last 4 videos we made, we've had 3 go 5 out of 6. So we are very, very close to hitting that 25x here. So here's our Real Friends community. And, 2 years ago, we started our Real Friends in Football channel. I've had people in the comments say, hey, where's your main channel? Just type in Real Friends in Football on YouTube and you should be able to find it. Or go to our home page, I believe, and you should see, like, this is a snippet from our homepage, basically. And so our RFF Picks channel is already at 557 subscribers. I think we've been doing this now pretty consistently over the past maybe month. I'll go back and check, but it's maybe 5-6 weeks tops. So really appreciate everyone that is tuned into the channel. Hopefully you are educating yourselves, kind of understanding what we're doing around here, right? Like taking advantage of the correlation that, PrizePicks is allowing us to do. They're not payout shifting us. And so what we do is, in the League of Legends, we're pairing up teammates, and then in Counter-Strike, we're pairing up 2 opponents against each other. So here are the rest of our channels, the Shorts channel, and then the podcast channel where we just kind of talk about football and dick around. But here is my Action Network screenshot. So I've been doing gambling for the past 12 or 13 years. It's funny because I was very beginner when it came to gambling, right? I remember I was in my college house and my friends are going over NFL spreads and I just didn't understand, what are spreads? Oh, this team should be favored. And then my friends were like, no, Alex, they shouldn't be favored because this team's at home. And when you have a home team, at the time, they were given 3 points just because they had home field advantage. And so everything in my head was like, oh my God, this is just a completely different world. What is this? I'm not just projecting what team's winning, but rather on the spread. And so it kind of opened me up to everything. I'm like, oh my God, I love this because I've always been a huge fan of math. Ever since I was growing up, like in kindergarten, I think I won like one of the math contests that they had. And so math, I'm a finance major. And so it's one of those things that's been a really hobby of mine. And so pairing up math and football or other sports is just like the perfect thing. And I hate how gambling is such like a degenerate thing because it doesn't have to be. You can look at gambling as an investment, sports gambling. You can think of it as sports investing, right? So I'm up 7% ROI over 7,000 bets. This is not a get rich quick scheme. We haven't won a 25x in the past maybe month, so we're due to win one. But I feel like a lot of people out here, they're just hoping for that 25x slip all the time, and that's fine. But if you know the math, that you know that at the end of the day, it's not always going to happen, but in the long run, we're going to win, right? And it's kind of back to the casino thing, right? Maybe in slots, you're going to win that big win in the first like 20 minutes, but at the end of the day, you know that Vegas has the advantage over you, so you're going to lose eventually, right? So, there's some people out there that think that they know slots and they know what to do, or they know this, but the Vegas always has advantage. But we have found an advantage over PrizePicks, and that's with correlated betting. It's with EV betting, right? So here's our Winnable. What this is basically a website where you can sign up for our plays. And so when you sign up for it, you get a free text or free email from us. So what I'll do is right after I post this play, I will go over to Winnable, I'll screenshot it, save it, send it over, and you will get this play via text or via email. And that's if you sign up for the free plan. And if you sign up for our MVP plan, you're going to get every single one of our plays. So every play that I bet personally, I am placing it into Winnable. I'm not one of those people that will like fake screenshots or not put my money into it. I'm a money where my mouth is person. So every bet that I place or Miles places, that will go into the MVP plan. And you can get the MVP for free for 1 month if you type in RFF at the code at the end. So just subscribe to the MVP, go to the checkout, type in RFF, you get a free month, okay? So this play, all the free plays or all the YouTube plays will be on our free plan. So here is going to be the play of the night. It's kind of, I wanted to just say that like right now there's not a lot to work with. I feel, I don't know if NA is playing, because they're in playoffs, and EU is the same. So we're kind of only being able to work with the Asian market right now. And so there's not a lot to work with, right? So I put a half unit on this play. I wanted to come out and give a video because I've been gone for so long. But I will say I don't like love this play as much as I do. I still like it. Like I said, I have placed it, but it's not something I'm like super in love with. So I usually place 40 on these. I did place 20 on these or on this play in particular, just because, like I said, it's kind of dry. There's like a drought. There's not a lot of esports going on. You're more likely to make a play when there's a lot of things going on. But like I said, right now, there's really only Koreans and Chinese playing. So we weren't able to find a lot of the pool. And so that's why we were only able to get this play out for you. So once again, this is a correlated bet still. So we have two guys from the same team. BGT, we're pairing up, so we're going more. And then we have right here, WBG, and we're going less. They're playing IG, so we're going less. And then LGD down here at the bottom, we're pairing up two teammates and going more. So like I said, right here, 1, 2, 3. You could think of them as like 3 separate plays, and we're pairing them all together into one slip. So kind of what I said at the beginning of the video, a lot of the times these two guys, and these two guys, they'll go in the same direction because that's how League of Legends works, right? So what we're hoping for right here is either BGT or LGD to just win the game. And if they're going to win the maps, more than likely they're going to go over their kills. Or if the other team wins, it's at least like a long drawn out game, right? So League of Legends, some of the times they can get into these like 50-minute giant back-to-back battles. And if that happens, both teams are probably going to hit their more. A lot of the times, the only time that the less will hit, so that's what we have right here, that will mean that they just get pretty much completely stomped by the other team, or at least in one of the games, right? So I've been playing League of Legends for like 13 years of my life. I really understand how the game works. I'm kind of new to the whole PrizePicks thing when you're pairing up like, teammates and stuff like that, or at least like getting back to it. I kind of like took a time off because we started our Real Friends in Football channel. So I've been really, really heavy on football, but now I'm trying to get back into the esports scene because, like I said, if I'm placing these bets, I want to have a good understanding of how it works. And so, still though, I know League of Legends very well. And so pairing up these esports guys together makes a lot of sense to me. And so I feel like this is a huge edge on PrizePicks because, there are people out there that just independently coin flip games. And this isn't like that. We're able to tell a story within our slip. So that is going to be the play of the night. These will start tomorrow. So, from this play, you have basically 6 hours. So now that I'm thinking about it, I got to get this play out to you ASAP. I will be posting other on the Winnable. So if you don't catch this play, hit our Winnable up, and I will be awake and alert tomorrow and be placing plays out there for you for Taco Tuesday as well. So thank y'all for tuning in, and glad to be back, and see y'all tomorrow.